It was a golden age. Fearless riders and their ungainly machines. A bold blend of vision, machinery, sheer guts, and art. Who were those brilliant and daring two-wheeled pioneers, and what was their story? Join antique motorcycle expert Pete Gagan as he rebuilds history right here on Pete's Garage.
Hi, I'm Pete Gagan. Today we've got a real interesting motorcycle to show you. It's Sylvester Roper's 1896 steam bicycle. It's a replica made from original drawings and pictures. The original exists, but it'll never run again because it's too old and rusty and probably too dangerous. And Roper was he was more of a hobbyist. He made his living as a gunsmith. He made possibly the first motorcycle ever built. It was a steam-powered bone shaker bicycle with wooden wheels in 1868. His last effort was his final steam bicycle, which is this one here, 1896. He built it for Colonel Pope, who owned the Columbia Bicycle Company. Pope gave him a brand new bicycle. He cut it up, put a steam power unit in it, took it to the Charles River track in Boston, and ran it on the track. The first lap, he did 38 miles an hour. The second lap, 48 miles an hour. And on the third lap, he was doing an estimated 60 miles an hour when, according to the press, a deadly pallor came over his face. He crashed to the track, stone dead of a heart attack. Did the crash cause a heart attack? Did the heart attack cause the crash? We don't know. But what we do know is that Sylvester Roper was the first motorcycle fatality in history. Now, how this runs, you boil water, and the water makes steam, and the steam is under pressure, and the pressurized steam is what makes the engine go. So the first thing we got to do is put water in the thing. The water goes in the tank, and from the tank, the water will be pumped into the boiler as it's required. And it runs on about 150 pounds of pressure, 150 to 200 pounds of pressure. It runs with charcoal. We use charcoal rather than coal, as was originally used, because coal is kind of hard to get these days. So it's sort of like straddling a barbecue with an explosive device underneath. A bit dangerous, we could say. Hopefully we're not going to have any explosions today, or heart attacks. We'll have a go and see what happens. Now we're a little over full here, so I'm just draining some out of the boiler, because it siphoned into the boiler. Yeah, bikes have to pee too. As you can see, we use the same fuel we use for cooking hamburgers. Also, one thing about a device like this, originally Mr. Roper would have used what they called Franklin coal, which was finely ground coal for Franklin stoves, but it's kind of hard to come by these days. So we use charcoal, just regular barbecue charcoal, which makes the steam bike kind of a green machine, because charcoal is made from wood, which is a renewable resource. And of course water's everywhere. And steam comes out and condenses and probably lands on the roadside and helps to water the grass. So it's all very good. Now we're just going to cheat a little bit with the propane torch. Sylvester Roper didn't have a propane torch, but he probably had a gasoline blowtorch. We'll just stick this in here and light things off. Okay, it's going to take about a half, 3/4 an hour to get this cooking, so I think it's time to go for a coffee.
In a nutshell, here's the hand pump, and it puts the water down into the boiler. You've got the sight glass. It tells you how much water is in the boiler. And this lever is the damper. It opens and closes the valve for how much of the exhaust goes out from the smokestack. This is the throttle valve. When you pull the throttle here, it opens up and it lets steam into the motor. And this part on the side is the valve, and every time the wheel goes around, it opens and closes, and it lets the steam into the engine here. This is the exhaust, and this little thing here is the oiler. It mixes the oil into the steam. Now if you come around this side, what you'll see here is this other pump, and it pumps water, if you need water, out of the tank, because the water comes down this tube and it pumps it into the boiler. Now if you don't want water into the boiler, you turn the valve and you don't get the water into the tank. And this valve here, it lets out the steam and the water after you're done for the day. And this obviously is the fire door where you put the coal in. There's a couple things here, and this is the blow-off valve. It's set for 200 pounds, and that's like a safety valve. And this tube comes up here. There's a little valve you operate by hand that does the steam whistle. And that's basically how a steam bike works. Oh, up on top is the pressure gauge. It tells you how much steam you have in there, and it goes operating as 150 up to 200. 1894, and the brake technology hasn't been perfected yet. So what you're looking at here is a spoon brake, and it's a mechanical brake, and if you squeeze the lever, Pete, you can see how there's a piece of metal and it basically hits the tire. So it's not going to stop you very fast at all, and if it's wet and you're going downhill, I think you're out of luck.
Now let's just check our fire here. We got a bit of a fire going. Won't take long. Fire's your friend. It'll make you go down the road. Ah, perfect. Where there's smoke, there's fire. You see the glow on the floor and the ashes falling out as you're traveling along, which is rather spectacular. Just going to pump a little bit of more water into the boiler just to raise our sight glass slightly. Okay, we got a bit of a head of steam happening here, so let's take it out and see how it goes. Here we go, road test, first blast. Oops, it's tall. Okay, it's going good. She's flying, we got lots of power. 1/4 throttle. We're blasting along here about, 20 miles an hour maybe. This is great up here. I mean, you can see where you're going. You can see all over. I'm probably 10 feet off the ground. At least it feels like it. I think I'm going to have to be careful when I stop this, though. The brakes, whoa, not that great. Yeah. And, wow, lots of throttle. Pump a little more water in. Yes. You got to look at a lot of stuff here, because otherwise you could hurt yourself. Well, that was fun today. I hope you can join us next week for another episode of Pete's Garage.